Everybody's trying to make their own cult. They're trying to make their own group, their own church. You name it. But what it all looks like is some narcissist at the top evangelizing to all the other followers what they should be doing. It's all over Twitter. It's all over YouTube. Influencers, they call them. But I think it's more than that. I think it's much darker than that. I think the internet has given direct access to vulnerable people for the narcissistic people to control. I don't know why those people are the ones that get the power, that people, vote for them, follow them, like them. But it's just a bunch of sycophants. It's not real individual people. That is not why I started my YouTube channel, to have a bunch of people worship me, to get into fights with people just to get brownie points with your followers. That's what I see most of the interactions online to be. Arguing, just a constant bar fight. And whoever's the loudest and whiniest wins. There's not any chance for real dialogue, for real conversation, because everybody's acting like they're on a reality TV show. They've got a captive audience that they have to constantly entertain with every tweet, with every YouTube video. It's just not what we all thought it was going to be. I thought the internet was going to be a good thing, but it's turned into just another way to control people. We were better off before. But, here we are. What can be done to salvage this? Not much anything, I don't think. I think people that want to follow others instead of have a dialogue, there's not much you can do. If somebody wants to get in a fight with you on Twitter, when you just left a regular comment, and then others see that as an opportunity to argue with you to get the brownie points with their followers, like they have to have a fight in the Coliseum often to entertain, their followers. And this is just true because it's happened so many times on the internet. I've seen it happen in real time. Even with myself, just leaving a comment, not trying to argue with anybody or cause any problems. And what these influencers will do is, insert something to troll you. They'll accuse you of something like, obviously you think evangelism is the right way to go, and And then that's like, well, no, you're putting words in my mouth. I have to respond to that. And then you respond, and then they change the subject a little bit and argue with you some more and say, "Ha, you can't even argue with me. You're stupid, and I'm going to move on, and I'm praying for you." What a grift. That person isn't really a Christian. They're not really concerned about saving anybody. They're just concerned about getting brownie points with their followers. And like, look how I defeated this guy. Look how he's wrong. And so what I did is I took a screenshot of the comment where it was saying where I was being accused of liking evangelism, and so that's the only reason I responded. "Oh, no, I didn't. You're wrong. You're stupid," and blah, blah, blah. "Why are you still following me? Why don't you unfollow?" And that's the sign of a narcissist right there, is when you out them and then they say, "Well, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just go?" And great question. But the real reason they're trying to push you out is you're going to mess up their grift. You're going to screw it up, that you're going to make them look like less. Even if there's a small sliver of doubt in their followers, it can cause, dissension. Excuse me. And they have to get you out of there as soon as possible. And what they do is they put it in a position of like, "Oh, you're following me and still commenting clearly because you love me, clearly because you can't go on without me." And they put you in a position where you can either still sit there and argue with them and follow them, or leave, be away from them. They've already got this in their back pocket. They're ready for these people to do something, and then they'll get them out. And it's a common thing I see on many YouTube channels, many Twitters. People just creating their own echo chambers. And I really, really, really don't want to do that here. I really don't want a bunch of yes people. A bunch of people just agreeing with you. Worshiping you. How sick. And you got all these people calling themselves Christians while they're, being worshipped by all these people. And they think that they're the reason, people are being led to God. It's sick, and it's not Christian at all. I believe we can get out here and have conversations. I believe that we can help each other, but I don't think you can help somebody by taking random people, making a stupid argument with them, just so that you can feel power. It's just echo chambers. And the round table discussions are all but gone in a lot of places, especially with younger people. I don't know what's wrong with younger people, but all they can do is speak in memes. All they can do is tell rape jokes, really vicious jokes. They're not even funny. It's like Bob Saget stuff. Just sick. I've heard a lot of this just being a fly on the wall in Twitter spaces. How sick these kids really are. It's heartbreaking. They get on there drunk, get on there, start screaming and hollering at each other. I should record one of these spaces and discuss it and analyze it. But it's just, I just don't even like to sit through that type of shit. You know, I'll hear people get on there and talk, and somebody else will talk, and they'll mute them, and then they'll try to respond, and then they'll just make fun of them. And those people will still yet just stay in the room. So that's the game the narcissist plays. They only allow, they set up these social situations to where only the people that will let them abuse them are all around them. That's what I'm seeing. Because they do that little thing like, I see you're still here. They openly challenge you when they see you're still following them, still talking, still involved. Like, you must love me. You must love me. Huh? And so that makes any challenge, they put any kind of challenge you try to do against them as, you know, like you're simping or cucking for them or something. And then all the followers like, oh yeah, you must love it. Must love the abuse. So honestly and truly, the only thing you can do is walk away. Or, you know, get dragged down to their level and be abused. Have people, you know, set up straw man arguments and everybody just start believing you're the straw man. And, you know, I don't know who to be more mad at, the enablers, the followers, or the actual narcissists carrying out the dirty deeds in question. I knew somebody that was being abused very badly by her boyfriend. And she wouldn't leave him. She wouldn't leave him. Not until I saw with my own eyes what she had been hiding from her friends and family that he does to her. When I saw it with my own eyes, and I did something, and I said, this is bad, and you got to get out of this situation, and I shamed her. I did. I said, you need to be ashamed of yourself for not walking right away from this guy. For putting up with this much disrespect and abuse. You know, she said, oh, you know, I love him. You don't understand. And she didn't leave him. And I had to walk away from the whole situation of being friends with that person because I couldn't stand to sit there and see the bruises on them. You know, how distant they'd become and cold, and you know, it's hard, but you can't help people that don't want to be helped. You can't understand it either, you know. But by me calling it out, shaming her, I quit hanging out She finally left that guy because the few good people left couldn't survive in that environment. I'm not going to tolerate any fool. And for me to watch my friend go through that and do nothing made me sick. It makes me sick to see all these people just fuel the narcissist. It's truly like Stephen King's It. Pennywise the clown. All these influencers. They feed off of flame wars. Off of dividing and conquering. But when there's people that are just honest, like, hey, what is going on? What's up? Let's have a discussion about it. When you have people trying to find common ground and work together, that's when these grifters come out. And that's when they say, oh, no. They're not like us. They're the enemy. They're different. No. The enemy is nihilism. The enemy is getting people to stop talking to each other and find common ground. Because there's still a lot of common ground. Like we all breathe air. We all drink water. And we all like to be heard. Not like sheep, but heard like people. Heard like in a conversation. Heard like, I hear you, man. I might not agree with everything you said, but I hear what you're saying. And I feel like I understand why you feel that way, and maybe we don't have to kill each other over it. Maybe we don't have to hurl insults at each other. Maybe you can do what you want to do over there. I'm going to do what I want to do over here. And we don't need to change the world into one big monoculture of any kind. I just see that that's what everybody's trying to do. Christians are not okay with Muslims being Muslims. Muslims are not okay with Christians being Christians. Gay people are not okay with straight people being breeders. Straight people are not okay with gay people abusing each other. Okay? So, we're never going to have a monoculture. We're never going to agree. We're all just going to keep killing each other and saying that it's right. Saying that there's a reason. There's not. There's not. It's all for someone else. It just seems like there could be a better way. And I don't mean like a utopia. I mean, like, people not being followers anymore. People seeing how terrible it is to follow someone else, like a little kid. See how much better it would be to lead by example rather than all this cheap talk and evangelism on all sides, not just religions, but atheists evangelize. Some people want to talk. Some people don't want to just talk to others. You know, it's not what I want to do here. I want you guys to hear some cool interviews, conversations, opinions, and have them tested out through a conversation. I don't see that happen on a lot of streams and things. What I see is that people invite someone on and they just straw man, and get brownie points from their followers. Everybody taking on easy prey or small beans and getting famous off of shitting on other people is what it is. I mean, if you just keep shitting on people, you'll have such a high mountain of shit that you'll be above everybody else. That's how the internet works. You can't get anywhere if you talk shit. If you don't talk shit. It's ridiculous. I'm not gonna do it. People can call you whatever names they want, but the point in which they win is when they drag you down to the same bullshit that they love to bathe in. You don't have to do that. It's the point of this video. You just don't have to do that. You can just walk away.